In the silent desert plains of Mesopotamia, humanity's oldest civilization left behind records that still whisper across 5,000 years. Written on clay, sealed by time, these ancient Sumerian tablets hold stories that challenge everything we believe about our beginnings. Tonight, we drift gently into the past and explore the records that might just rewrite human history. The Sumerians lived between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers in a land often called the cradle of civilization. It was here, in what is now modern-day Iraq, that humanity first learned to write, to farm on a massive scale, and to build cities that would shape the world to come. Their clay tablets are not just records, they are the earliest memories of our species, capturing the dawn of thought, law, and society. For millennia, these tablets lay buried, preserving the voices of a long-lost world. When they were finally unearthed, they revealed a civilization of incredible sophistication. They invented the wheel, developed complex mathematics based on the number 60, which is why we still have 60 seconds in a minute and 360 degrees in a circle, and they created the world's first known writing system, cuneiform. But among these records of daily life, trade, and laws, archaeologists found something else entirely. Something that didn't quite fit. Some of these ancient tablets describe events that seem impossible for their time. They tell stories reaching back tens of thousands of years, referencing eras long before recorded history, and contain knowledge that, according to mainstream history, shouldn't have existed so early. Imagine finding a document from ancient Rome that accurately describes the planets of our solar system, including Neptune and Pluto. That's the kind of mystery we're dealing with. Historians debate their meaning. Are they myths, symbolic allegories, or something more? Could the Sumerians have been preserving memories far older than themselves, echoes of a forgotten chapter in the human story? The tablets are silent on their origins, leaving us with a profound and unsettling puzzle that continues to challenge our understanding of the ancient world. One of the most puzzling records is the Sumerian Kings List. This is a single, remarkable tablet that lists the rulers of Sumer, city by city, dynasty by dynasty. But here's where it gets strange. The list begins with kings who are said to have ruled before a great flood. Their reigns are impossibly long, with some ruling for over 20 or 30,000 years. After the flood, the lifespans of the kings become much shorter, more human-like. To most historians, these incredible reign lengths are clearly mythological, symbolic of a divine or golden age. But to others, they might be a distorted memory of forgotten epics, a historical echo that has been stretched and warped by time. Whatever the truth, the Sumerian Kings List remains one of history's quietest and most profound enigmas, a whisper from a time so distant we can barely imagine it. And speaking of a great flood, among the thousands of tablets, archaeologists found the earliest known account of a global deluge, a story that would later be echoed in cultures across the world, from the Mediterranean to South Asia. The Epic of Gilgamesh contains a detailed narrative of a man chosen by the gods to build a great vessel to survive a world-ending flood. He is instructed to save his family and the seeds of all living things. After many days at sea, the waters recede, and he sends out a dove and a raven to find dry land. This story predates the biblical account of Noah by over 1,000 years. Whether symbolic of the changing seasons or a historical memory of a real, catastrophic flood deep in humanity's past, the Sumerian flood narrative hints at a shared, ancient trauma that has haunted our collective memory for millennia. But perhaps the most debated and intriguing claims are found in tablets that speak of teachers who descended from the sky. These beings, called the Anunnaki, were described as powerful figures who came from the heavens to guide early humanity. To the Sumerians, they were gods. They were credited with teaching mankind everything from law and astronomy to agriculture and architecture. The tablets describe them as the founders of civilization. Now, for most, this is classic mythology, a way for an ancient people to explain the world around them. But some researchers and alternative theorists have proposed a different interpretation. Could these gods have been advanced travelers, or perhaps ancestors from an unknown, more developed region who brought knowledge far beyond their time? The idea is controversial, but the texts are undeniably there. The Sumerians tracked the heavens with astonishing accuracy. Long before the Greeks, they had mapped the constellations of the zodiac, many of which we still use today. They could predict lunar eclipses and meticulously charted the movements of the planets, which they called wandering stars. Their understanding of celestial cycles was so precise that it required a sophisticated level of mathematics. They knew of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Some interpretations of their cylinder seals even suggest they knew the correct number of planets in our solar system, depicting a sun surrounded by all the known planets, including Uranus, Neptune, and even a mysterious 12th planet. How could a civilization from 5,000 years ago possess such a deep understanding of the cosmos? This astronomical knowledge continues to puzzle modern historians and astronomers alike. As we look back at the legacy of this incredible civilization, one thought remains. The Sumerians did not just leave behind cities and artifacts. They left behind questions, vast, quiet questions about where humanity came from and how much of our own story has been lost to the sands of time. Were their stories simply myth, or were they the keepers of a history far older and more complex than we can imagine? Perhaps the truth of our own past still lies buried beneath the ancient sands of Iraq, waiting for the day it can rewrite everything we thought we knew. The answers may be lost, but the questions they asked are eternal. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to follow for more journeys into the mysteries of our past.